What's going on, Donut Nation? I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're watching a video titled Adding Community Suggestions to Minecraft That Just Make Sense. There's this guy is like a modder, and he makes these super awesome vanilla looking mods that I think are super good. Like they could almost be in the game. And I want to know, what do you guys think of these? I haven't seen any of these ideas yet, so let's react to it together and decide should these be in the game or not.
It's needless to say that Minecraft wouldn't be where it is today without its community. For over a decade, players have constantly pushed the game forward through mods, concepts, data packs, and ideas, keeping it fresh long after most games would have simply faded away. Mojang plays their part too, delivering regular updates to keep the game evolving. But this is also where the community begins to split. Some players are perfectly satisfied with the direction Minecraft is heading, while others feel that many updates fall short, often because they lack truly meaningful features. And they might be onto something. Minecraft is no longer the small indie project it once was, with near complete creative freedom. Today, every new feature has to pass through a long and careful process, following strict guidelines and red lines that can't be crossed.
Yeah, I've heard they have like crazy guidelines for deciding, or not a crazy guidelines, a crazy process when deciding what goes in the game and what doesn't. Like, there's no way it's just a simple like, oh, hey guys, do you think we should add a spear to the game? And they're like, yeah, sure, okay, bet, let's make the spear. Like, I think they probably have, I think I've heard that they have like a bunch of updates that they've made in the background, have done hours and hours of testing, hours of thinking, hours of testing with like hundreds of people on the team just to decide like, should we even put this in the game or not. I think they put like crazy thought into it.
Jeb even mentioned recently that if the creeper were proposed today, it likely wouldn't make it into the game at all, which perfectly shows how cautious Minecraft's development has become. That tension between what Minecraft is and what it could be is exactly what this video is about. The Minecraft community has never been short on ideas, and while most of them never make it past forums or Reddit threads, every now and then, Mojang actually listens. Recently, that happened with the zombie camel. In the past, they've even rewarded community suggestions, like giving a special cape to the person who originally proposed turtles. But the truth is, most community ideas go untouched. So in this video, I took some of the most interesting community suggestions and added them to the game to see whether these ideas actually belong in Minecraft or if they are better left as concepts. Starting off with a rather small but interesting suggestion for the spear. The spear has only been in the game for a short while, but the community has already come up with a ton of ideas for it. While many suggestions are fairly mundane, like changing its crafting recipe, one user suggested something way cooler. If a spear is placed inside the dispenser and the dispenser is activated, the spear would stab out from the face of the dispenser.
Yes, I think this should be a thing. Why not? Mojang probably has a reason why this is not a thing.
Damaging anything in front of it before retreating back inside. And honestly, this idea is kind of genius. Not only
I think, okay, maybe one reason why is because it would just look weird coming out of a dispenser. Like, see how this is like a 2D item? A 2D item shouldn't come out of the dispenser, right?
As it gives spears a brand new, arguably much cooler use than they currently have, but it also opens up a lot of new possibilities for players.
Yeah, like, oh wait, oh, go back. No, this doesn't look bad. This looks just like any flower or crop.
Like with other similar mechanics, Mojang would need to introduce this feature through a structure or some kind of in-game example. I think the jungle temple would be the perfect place for that. It already has an arrow trap, and adding a spear-based spike trap would fit perfectly as part of a small jungle temple revamp. Beyond traps, this mechanic would be incredible for farms, killing any mobs that land.
Yeah, this guy, this is what I'm talking about. This guy actually comes up with the greatest ideas ever. He's so good at it.
You could even pair it up with a redstone clock for a continuous attack pattern. And overall, I genuinely think this is one of the best community suggestions we've seen in recent time. The next one is a bit of an odd suggestion, but it's still worth talking about, this time involving the snow golem. Right now, crafting a snow golem is pretty straightforward. You place 2 snow blocks and a pumpkin. What you might not know though is that it also works with a jack-o'-lantern, even though it gives you the exact same result as using a regular carved pumpkin. This user suggests that building a snow golem with a jack-o'-lantern should instead summon a variant that shoots flaming snowballs.
Flaming snowballs. Okay, so I know I just said this guy comes up with the best ideas ever. I also just realized he gets them from community suggestions. Anyways, flaming snowball, that doesn't even make sense. Yo, I can agree with the changing the face to be yellow, but I don't know about flaming snowballs.
And while it sounds cool on paper, I don't think it would make much sense or really change much. You can already sort of do this by letting a regular snow golem snowballs pass through fire, which would just make the original.
Yeah, I like this brighter one. I think that's a cool idea. I feel like it doesn't look as good as the other one, but I still
Snow
think it's
golem
cool.
feel pointless. If something like this were ever added, I think it would need a stronger identity. For example, instead of leaving a trail of snow, it could leave behind a thin trail of water, as if the fire inside the jack-o'-lantern is slowly melting the snow golem. That could turn it into a temporary water source rather than a permanent snow one. To avoid
I don't know how that water would work though. Like, what are these water slabs? I don't think these are in the game.
the world in a
Water doesn't go up like a little half block like that.
Layers, the water could simply disappear after a short time. This idea also reminds me of the melon golem from Minecraft Earth, where using a carved melon instead of a pumpkin created a melon golem that shot melon seeds instead of snowballs. And if you sheared it, you'd end up with this abomination. But the next suggestion is a lot more straightforward, this time focusing on armor stands. This commenter
By the way, do you guys realize that every single one of these like ideas he gets for his videos, he has to make a mod for it just to showcase it in the video?
For Bedrock and Java armor stand parody. On Bedrock, armor stands have arms, can hold items, and can even be put into different poses. Meanwhile,
I like
Java armor
that.
stands
Yeah, I wish that was on Java.
are far more limited for no real reason. So first things first, give Java armor stands arms. But that's not where it ends. The idea also suggests being able to shift right-click an armor stand to instantly swap gear, trading the armor stand
Ooh, I like that one too.
equipment with whatever you're currently wearing. It would be a quick and convenient way to switch gears without any inconvenience. And while armor stands are great for displaying player armor, there's still no real way to showcase other types of armor in the game. To fix that, this user suggests adding horse armor stands that you can craft like this and use
Nah, I don't like this.
to display them. On top of that, there's
Actually, no, I take that back. Look at this. That looks like it fits within Minecraft. Nah, maybe I do like this. Yo, this guy's so good at making things look good.
There's also a smaller one-block armor stand design meant for displaying a single item, like helmets and
Yes,
such,
I like
as
that
well as
too.
things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nautilus
Oh
armor
my
and
gosh.
even wolf
Yeah,
armor.
this guy's good.
Overall, I don't think this is a high priority feature by any means, but it's the kind of quality of life addition that would still be really nice to have in the game. This next suggestion focuses on the furnace. Right now, the furnace smelts everything at the same speed. Later on, we got the blast furnace and the smoker, which only smelt ores or food respectively, but do so much faster. This user first suggests adding a kiln to the game, a block that only smelts other blocks, but does it faster, completing the fast smelter triangle. But
Why does it have to be a triangle?
what
No,
if
I like
instead
this.
of
I
only
like
adding
this.
another specialized block, we combine the idea into a single upgrade? A faster furnace that simply smelts everything quicker through combining all
Yes, I would like that, but there's probably a reason they don't have it.
three of them. To keep it balanced, it could require something like red nether bricks, meaning you wouldn't be able to craft it until you've been to a nether fortress. I think that would be a neat
Yes, I think
addition and
everyone
not
would love
unbalanced
that,
at all.
for
Having
sure.
to reach or even clear a nether fortress feels like a fair requirement for something as useful as a faster smelter. What do you guys think? Oh, and by the way, the kiln idea comes from the Claywork mod, which I've linked in the description if you want to try it out yourself.
That'll
Let's
be credit.
continue with the next suggestion, this time focusing on the
A
pot.
pot, yeah. Who even uses a pot? Like these things are so useless. They're cool to get loot out of, but no one uses it to store anything, or maybe for decoration sometimes. But nobody ever uses a pot.
The pot
in
is a
their base.
storage block you
I
can
use a
custom
pot. Oh, I use a pot every day. Oh.
customize with pottery shards, added alongside the archaeology update as a way to showcase your archaeological finds. While it sounds cool in theory, in practice it lacks any depth when it comes to customization. Beyond mixing and matching a few patterns, there is not much you can actually do with it. To fix this, the user suggests expanding pot customization in a few ways. First, we should be able to craft pots out of different materials, like terracotta or even glazed terracotta, giving us more visual variety when displaying patterns. And if changing the color still isn't enough, the idea goes even further by adding the pottery wheel. This would act as a more intuitive way to craft pots, letting you choose the design and color you want more directly. On top of that, you'd be able to shape your pots with multiple sizes to choose from, giving players even more freedom to customize them however they
Okay. I like it. They're pretty similar to banners. I mean, give some function to them. I mean, I guess banners don't have function, but I guess banners are made to just show a picture or to show whatever. It's a banner. But pots are, I guess they look cool and they should function too. Like these seem so useless to me.
like. While in addition like a brand new pottery table would be really interesting, I think Minecraft should probably focus on giving functionality to existing blocks first. Tables like the fletching table still don't have a real use, and it might make more sense to address those before adding something like the pottery wheel. And since we're already on the topic
Maybe.
of customization, let's talk about the iron golem next.
Okay.
At first glance,
I like that
customizing
idea.
Iron
The pot
Golem
idea.
sounds a bit strange. I mean, what is there even to customize? But this user actually came up with a pretty clever idea. Instead of Iron Golem spawning with vines by default, they would start out clean and slowly grow vines over time, similar to how copper golems oxidize. Meanwhile, Iron Golems that naturally spawn in villages would appear fully overgrown, indicating their veteran status. And honestly, from a logical standpoint, it makes a lot of sense, even though the Iron Golem does look a little weird without its vines. But that's not even the main customization idea. The same user also suggests letting us personalize Iron Golems using armor trims. You'd first click the Iron Golem with a trim.
Ooh. Something like this would actually give me a reason to build Iron Golems to like defend the city. Maybe I just don't play survival Minecraft enough, or I've never been rich enough where I can just waste iron on Iron Golems, but I feel like this is actually a really good idea because I think I would start building Iron Golems and wasting my iron or using my iron on building Iron Golems just because of this. It doesn't really change anything. I don't really care that much about how it looks, but it makes it seem like it's more of an important thing in the game for
And
some
right
reason.
click it again with a trim color of your choice to apply the pattern. If you don't like how it turned out, you can simply shear it off. You wouldn't lose the trim,
Okay, I don't know about shearing it off.
giving you more of a reason to actually use it. But the Iron Golem isn't the only mob that could use some touching up. Next on the list is the sheep.
Okay.
In the
Sheep.
Spring to Life update, several mobs received new variants. The cow, chicken, and pig all got cold and warm biome versions. Naturally, people expected the same treatment for sheep. Instead, sheep received a pretty mundane change. Cold and warm biomes now simply have black and brown sheep as their most common variants. And honestly, that feels a bit lazy. Sheep deserve proper biome-dependent variants just as much as the other mobs.
Okay,
so
let's
here's
see it,
the
let's see
idea.
it.
First, extend the sheep's snout slightly, similar to what was done with the cow. From there, the worm variant would have a more tan color, visible horns, and be a bit less woolly overall. Meanwhile, the cold variant would feature a much fluffier coat and a paler color to better fit cold.
What? I don't know. I don't know. How am I supposed to know if this is a good change or not? Would I like it? Yes. Yes, I would. I would love to collect like a big sheep like this and be like, yo, look at the sheep.
Biomes. And
I like it.
personally, I think this
I like
user
it.
absolutely nailed it. These are
Yes. Oh, yeah, and look at that. Wait, look at the 3 different variations. Go back. Hold on. Wait, go back. Why is it not going back? There we go. Bro, yeah. It's like this one has the least wool, too. Yes, I like that. Whoa, okay, wait. I don't know, but this face looks a little weird, but nah, I like that, actually. I think they should keep the regular sheep how it was, though. I don't think the snout needs to be extended. I feel like sheep look good.
These are by far my favorite interpretations of warm and cold sheep variants, and I genuinely feel like they belong in Minecraft. One mob that hunts sheep is the wolf, and you guessed it correctly, the next suggestion is for the wolf.
Okay.
This user proposes adding a new wolf variant, the skeleton wolf. Originally featured
Wait. Oh my gosh. Dang TDM.
in Minecraft Earth, the skeleton wolf
Grim.
would be a hostile
Grim.
mob spawning mainly in Soul Sand valleys with a small chance to appear in the overworld alongside a horde of skeletons. It would deal around 2 hearts of damage, have more health than regular wolf, and drop 1 or 2 bones upon death, with a small chance to drop its head. Skeleton wolves wouldn't be tameable in the traditional sense. Instead, the only way to get one as a companion would be through its head, which could also occasionally be found in archaeological ruins. Once obtained, the head could either be placed as a block or combined with a totem of undying to begin the resurrection process. By placing it on top of a bone block, the skeleton wolf would be summoned. Functionally, these wolves would behave similarly to regular
I feel like that's really weird. I think it would just be better if you could just tame this type of wolf, just like how you tame regular wolves. But what's cool about them is that they're rare. I would like that, but the weird way that you have to summon its head with a totem and all that just seems like it's doing too much.
ones, but with some key differences. They wouldn't be able to eat food, but could instead be healed using bones or instant damage potions. They'd have significantly more health, but to keep things balanced, they wouldn't be able to wear armor. They'd also deal extra damage to undead mobs. Their biggest advantage, however, is that upon death they would always drop their head, allowing you to resurrect them again. In other words, you'd have an effectively immortal pet, one that can die but never truly stay dead. That is unless it dies in lava, in which case the head would be
Okay.
destroyed. Overall, this is
Nah, I think that's doing too much. I think my idea, maybe you guys disagree, but I think my idea is better where these spawn with the skeleton armies very rarely, and you just tame them like a regular wolf.
definitely a
And
creative
maybe it does more damage, maybe it has more health, but yeah.
and interesting suggestion, but honestly, I think it's better left as just a concept. What do you guys think? Would you guys want an immortal wolf or not? Let's continue with the next suggestion, which adds a brand new
Yeah, the head
ranged
is too
weapon,
much,
the
yeah.
slingshot.
Slingshot.
With the ever-expanding list
Okay.
of weapons to Minecraft, I think it's about time the ranged category got some attention as well. That's exactly what the suggestion aims to do, introducing the slingshot as an early game ranged weapon that can still remain useful well into the late game, which is something I always love to see. It's also a very thorough and well thought out idea, so let's start with the crafting recipe. The slingshot is crafted using just a stick, string, and leather. The materials themselves aren't the main highlight though. The real twist is that it can be crafted in your 2x2 crafting grid, making it one of the only weapons in the game you can craft on the go without needing a crafting table. Functionally, the slingshot would be a short to mid-range weapon with a wide variety of possible projectiles, each with different properties and damage values. Copper nuggets could be used for longer range, iron for medium, and gold nuggets for shorter range combat. You could also use amethyst shards for extended range, or resin, which applies a unique stuck effect that briefly immobilizes enemies. The slingshot would only take 0.6 seconds to charge.
I like that. I like the stuck feature, but I feel like it's useless otherwise.
Compared to 1 second for bows and 1.25 seconds for crossbows. If a player is affected
What
by
are you
the
guys
stuck
saying? You guys
effect,
like this
they
one?
wouldn't be able to move.
I don't know.
Although
I think I'm not really like hyped about the other ones. I think were really cool, but this one's like, I don't know.
the duration could be reduced by
I don't like
repeatedly
it.
pressing
Meh.
the jump key. On top
Yeah,
of that,
I
the
agree
slingshot
with you
would
guys.
have its own unique enchantments. Force would increase
Mid.
damage and range. Ricochet would allow projectiles to bounce off solid blocks and entities a number of times equal to the enchantment level. And Shatter would cause the projectile to break into shrapnel after impact. Shatter and Ricochet would be mutually exclusive for balance. Overall, the slingshot fills a really useful early game niche when arrows are scarce, letting players rely on materials like copper nuggets instead. And later on, it scales nicely for enchantments and upgraded ammunition, while also giving more purpose to renewable but underused items like amethysts and resin. Honestly, I think this is one of the strongest suggestions so
Wait,
far.
by the way, is resin like a sticky thing? I don't even know what resin is in real life. I only know what resin is in Minecraft.
Step on the toes of the bow or crossbow. It just does its own thing, and I genuinely love to see something like this added to the game. Speaking of giving amethyst more of a use, this next suggestion introduces a special variant of the skeleton.
Oh, yes. Oh.
The skeleton already has
Skeleton's getting a change. Let's see.
no shortage of variants, and this idea adds yet another one. An amethyst, or more specifically, a geode-themed skeleton. The concept suggests that this mob would drop a budding amethyst block and have the ability to highlight players for other mobs to target, and that's pretty much where the idea ends. The user doesn't really go much further than that when it comes to defining its mechanics. Honestly, the only real redeeming quality here is the design. It looks absolutely sick. But beyond that, I don't really see a strong reason for this to exist in the game. As cool as it looks, I think this one is better off staying as just a concept. The following suggestion is one I personally think would be a major quality of life improvement when it comes to player mobility. Traversing
I don't know about that skeleton one.
through
I
dense
honestly wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at chat. Somebody typed something.
forests can often be a minor inconvenience, one that gets annoying pretty quickly, especially if you're traveling on a horse. To fix that, this user suggests letting players pass through leaf blocks while crouching, while still being able to walk on top
I disagree. Yeah, I don't think you should. Why while crouching? Nah.
of them when not crouching. Some people in the comments even suggested taking it a step further, with leaves slightly breaking your fall if you land on them. The same idea could also apply to horses, allowing them to move through leaves as well, just at a slightly reduced speed. Overall, I think this would be a very practical change and one that actually makes a lot of sense. But let's move on to what might genuinely be the best suggestion in the entire video, and it has to do with the Enderman.
Oh shoot.
Right now, there are 6 mob heads in the game that players can obtain through various means. Mob heads can be worn to reduce the detection range of their respective mobs, and they can also be placed on top of a note block to play the mob's sound effects. Most of these, with the exception of the Wither Skeleton and Ender Dragon heads, can be obtained when the mob is killed by a charged creeper explosion. This user suggests expanding that list by adding the Enderman head. Enderman would drop their head when killed by a charged creeper, and the head would also rarely generate as loot in end cities. When
Why? Why would it generate as loot in end cities?
worn, the head would prevent Endermen from getting angry when you look at them.
Wait, I thought all heads do that. I thought if you wore like a zombie head, you can't look at an Enderman. Is that true or no?
But the real highlight of this idea is its redstone functionality. When placed down and connected to redstone, the Enderman head would act as a vision detector. If a player looks directly at it, the head would open its mouth and shake slightly, sending a redstone signal to the
only pumpkins. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that then. Yeah, you wear an Enderman head and then you can look at Enderman in the end. Yeah, I like that a lot.
block it's attached to for as long as it's being looked at. Even better, the
But
strength of
that head thing where it moves when you look at it? I think that's super creative, but I don't know.
that signal would scale based on the distance
Yeah, mods, can you time out everybody who's spamming your stash is getting raided? Like, what are these little kids doing spamming your stash is? It's every single day. Do you guys do that to get me mad, or are you guys doing that to like try to trick me to join donutsmp to check if my base is rated? Like, I'm not gonna join to check if it's rated. So yeah, any mods that are watching, could y'all time out the people that are spamming that?
between the player and the head. This would
And
give us
can you do that instantly every single time? Anytime anyone ever says my stash is getting raided, unless it's Ferex or Wizox, just time them out instantly. Like, we don't want to start the chain of spam.
an incredibly vanilla-friendly
Gets me
way
so
to
mad,
add vision
because
detection
it
to
happens every single day for the last year.
Minecraft, opening the door to all kinds of creative redstone contraptions. Next up is a suggestion involving gold, or more specifically, a new alloy. Pure
Okay. Oh, gold bars?
gold is a very soft metal in real life, which is why it's usually mixed with other metals to make it more durable. Minecraft actually mirrors this pretty well. Gold tools are extremely fragile, but they're also very fast and have excellent enchanting properties. And because of that fragility, gold often gets overlooked despite everything else it has going for it. So why not let players mimic the real life practice of alloying gold to make it more durable? That's exactly what the suggestion does. By combining copper with gold, you'd create rose gold. From there, you could smelt it into rose gold ingots and use those to craft pink colored gear. These tools would retain some of gold's traits, such as its enchanting properties, while landing somewhere between iron.
What are its enchanting properties? What does that
Tools
mean?
would retain some of gold's traits, such as its enchanting
What's up with the gold enchanting properties? I don't. What's crazy about it?
properties, while landing somewhere between iron.
Like, they're really quick. Like, a gold pickaxe is super fast, right? But I don't even think a gold pickaxe is faster than netherite. I think it's the same.
and diamond in terms of overall strength.
Oh, it enchants better. Oh, gold has a better enchantment chances in tables. Oh, I didn't know that.
Rose gold would also finally give us pink armor trims in the game, meaning
Oh yeah. Let's go back and see the pink armor trims. Wait. Go back. Okay.
in
wait.
terms of overall strength. Rose
These look good. I don't know how we're gonna get. I think now that I realize that there's no pink armor trims, it makes me think there's gonna be some way to get pink armor trims soon. I don't know how soon, maybe a couple of years, but I like this. I like the way this looks a lot. Do I think you should have to like combine the two in some like weird pan? I don't know. Probably not. And if rose gold like had faster pickaxes, like if it mined faster than netherite, then maybe I think it would be worth it. Or if like the sword did a little bit more damage but just had less durability, yes, I think maybe it would make sense to add to the game. But if there's nothing good about this armor, it seems harder to get than like diamond armor, and it seems worse.
gold would also finally give us pink armor trims in the game, meaning that even if you don't care about the gear itself, you could still get some use out of the material. But as much sense as this makes, I don't think adding a brand new alloy just to justify pink trims is a strong enough reason for it to exist.
Yeah,
if rose gold
I
came with
agree.
additional uses like crafting jewelry, decorating pink blocks, or even unique redstone components, that would be a much better justification. As a standalone feature though, I don't really see this one making the cut. Speaking of alloys, the next suggestion focuses on copper gear.
Okay.
This person proposes buffing copper tools and armor, but with a twist. They would oxidize over time, and the more oxidized they become, the weaker they get. Personally, I don't think oxidization should affect performance at all. It works much better as a purely visual mechanic. At most, it could be tied to durability, with tools looking more oxidized as they wear down. If we're talking about actually buffing copper gear though,
I think the armor and tools should slowly oxidize. It kind of sucks that the color will be so close to like diamond gear, but if every single copper thing does slowly turn green and oxidize, I think it would make sense for the armor too as well.
I think there's a much more interesting
Maybe not because it's an item. Maybe when you wear it, yes. I don't know. Mojang definitely thought about this, and there's a reason why they didn't do it. So it's probably never gonna happen.
approach. Copper already has a unique interaction with lightning, acting as a conductor for lightning rods. That same property could be extended to copper armor. Wearing copper armor would significantly increase your chances of being struck by lightning.
Why is that a positive thing? Who wants that?
And when that happens, your armor and tools would gain a temporary charged effect. This could grant short boosts like speed or haste, giving players an early taste of enchantment-like effects. It would also be great to have a way to intentionally harness lightning and use
Wait,
it
you guys are hyped about this one. Y'all want this for
your
real?
advantage. Maybe something like storing lightning in a bottle so you could charge yourself on the go. There's a lot of potential here.
Ooh. this guy and his ideas, bro. They're great.
to give copper a truly unique identity, similar to how gold stands out with its superior enchanting capabilities. And while the original idea needs some tweaking, I think it at least points copper in the right direction. Now let's finish things off with a few smaller
last
but
one, I
still
think.
pretty neat
Oh, wait, no,
suggestions,
last three.
starting with the wither skeleton. This user suggests a brand new item called the withered bone, which can be crafted into withered bone meal. Instead of growing plants, this works in the opposite way, essentially acting as a herbicide. If you've got a large area covered in grass or flowers, you could use this to quickly clear it out, which honestly feels like a really practical use for a wither related item. Next up,
I like that, but it seems so like unvanilla, or it just seems like why would that even happen? Like it clears that big of an area. Like
feels like a really
I don't know. Something about this just doesn't seem like it even makes sense. Like a huge area like that. I don't know.
practical use for a wither related item. Next up, let's finish things off with a nether themed idea, ghost peppers. Ghost peppers
It should
would
be
a
smaller,
new
but
crop
yes.
found growing sparsely
But if it's smaller, then it's pretty much useless. You may as well just punch it with your hand.
in salts and valleys.
Wait, what are these? Ghost peppers.
Ghost peppers would be a new crop found growing sparsely in salts and valleys, adding another food source to the nether. Eating one would give the player the spicy effect for 20 seconds. While under this effect, all melee attacks would set mobs on fire, essentially acting like Fire Aspect 1, but as a temporary status effect instead of an enchantment. And I think it's a pretty neat idea. It's kept simple and also fits the nether well in my opinion. And those were some of the best
Out of all of them, I think that one is my least favorite. But wow, yeah, dude, I told you guys, this guy's really good at coming up with ideas. I don't know if he's coming up with them or if he's just, he's taking them from other community suggestions, but he chooses the right ones and gives good takes on all of them.
suggestions I could
Dude,
find.
this guy's
Let me
super
know in
good.
the comments which
Everybody,
one you like the most, and which one you
please subscribe to this guy.